Plant-water relation. In this topic, plant-water relation, the next point, it is absorption of water by roots from the soil. Root hairs are helpful to absorb the water and mineral from the soil. And for that absorption of water from the soil, different physical processes are engaged as first imbibition, diffusion and osmosis. Out of that, first process is an imbibition. What is imbibition? Is an adsorption of water molecule by hydrophilic colloidal substances is called as imbibition. Is swelling up of hydrophilic colloids due to the adsorption of water molecule. Here, water molecules get tightly adsorbed without the formation of a solution. Without formation of a solution, here hydrophilic colloids means those are the water loving substances. They are going to tightly adsorb the water molecule, but this water molecule is not going to dissolve those hydrophilic substances in that water. Only the water molecule is tightly adsorbed. It is held by the hydrophilic colloids. Hydro means water. Philic, love. Love to the water. That means those substances, they have an attraction towards the water molecule and are called as imbibants. These are the substances that adsorbs water molecule or a liquid molecule called as a imbibants, like into the plant cell wall or into the root hair cell wall, which is composed by pectic substances as well as cellulose in its outer and inner layer. Both of those substances shows hydrophilic in their nature. And these are the imbibant, like pectic and cellulose substance. The next, what is imbibate? Imbibate means which liquid molecule is held by that imbibant. That means here water or any kind of the liquid that gets imbibed is called as imbibate. So imbibant is an hydrophilic substances and imbibate is a water or a liquid material which get imbibed by that imbibants. Imbibation continues till it achieves the process of equilibrium. In other words, we can say water moves along the concentration gradients from its higher concentration to lower concentration. Imbibition helps in a soaking of seeds, which adsorb the water molecule, swelling up of dried resins, and kneading of the flour. Instead of that, you can take a very simple example of imbibition. During rainy season, what happen? The wooden doors and wooden windows, they get imbibed and leads to the swelling. That thing is due to what? Imbibition. Due to the imbibition only during rainy season, it makes difficulty while closing and opening of the wooden doors and the windows, because that into those wooden doors and windows hydrophilic substances are present, are going to adsorb the water molecule. They are going to hold the water molecule very tightly without formation of a solution, and that's why they get swells up. It's called as a imbibition. So in this way only, from the soil, that cell wall which contains a pectin and a cellulose are going to adsorb the water molecule towards the plant cell. So this is a process of what? Imbibition. Then second one, is an diffusion. Diffusion is also called as to disperse. So diffusion is a process in which there is a movement of atoms, molecules, ions from the substances of their own higher concentration to lower concentration. It can be defined as the movement of atoms, molecules, ions of a substance from the region of their higher concentration to the region of their lower concentration is called as diffusion. In the process of diffusion, the movement of that atoms, ions, molecules takes place due to the kinetic energy of those molecules. And due to this kinetic energy only, the molecules are get dispersed. Now, the process of dispersion, the process of diffusion, the process of movement of atoms, ions and molecules takes place from the higher concentration to the lower concentration till they reach at the state of equilibrium. Thus, the water also get passed into the cell by the process of diffusion through the freely permeable cell wall. That membrane of the cell which contains a cell wall and a plasma membrane. We have discussed the structure of root hair cell which shows freely permeable cell wall and selectively permeable plasma membrane. So here with the help of diagrammatic representation we can discuss about the process of diffusion, in which this one is a diffusant. This diffusant, that means atoms, molecules, ions, they have their higher concentration in that site, and towards the another side the concentration of a diffusant, atoms, molecules, ions of the particular substance, it is less. They get diffused through the diffusing medium from their higher concentration to lower concentration. So this one, it is in a direction of a diffusion from the higher concentration to lower concentration till they attains the process of equilibrium. Now you can observe, you can take a very simple example. Think that atoms, molecules and ions or diffusant, those are the molecules of red ink which we have put into the glass contains and water. So water is a diffusing medium, and in this diffusing medium when we put a drop of ink at the region where we have put the drop of ink, they shows their higher concentration, and from that side you can observe now this ink get dispersed into the entire water till that water contains that ink molecule in an equal form. They tends to the equilibrium. So this is about what? Diffusion. Now diffusion pressure. Diffusion result into the diffusion pressure. So diffusion pressure, which is directly proportional to the number of diffusing particle, as we have discussed now only, the diffusing medium which contains a diffusant, that means diffusing particles. So diffusion pressure is depend or it is directly proportional to the number of what? Diffusing particle. If we take in the if we consider in the relation of water, the diffusion pressure of pure water, pure solvent, it is always more than the diffusion pressure of a solution or a solvent into the solution. That means diffusion pressure of pure water is more, and compared to that diffusion pressure of solvent into the solution, it is less. It goes on decreasing. So that it is a reduction in the diffusion pressure of water into the solution or cell over its pure state due to the presence of a solute in it and force opposing the process of a diffusion. So the difference in between the diffusion pressure of pure water and a solvent in a solution is called as diffusion pressure deficit. Mind it, the difference in between the diffusion pressure of pure water and a solvent is called as diffusion pressure deficit. Here also we have discussed diffusion pressure of pure water is always more than the diffusion pressure of a solvent into the solution. Same thing is given over here also. It is a reduction into the diffusion pressure of water in a solution or a cell over its pure state due to the presence of solutes in it and forces opposing the process of diffusion. Now, if we take the diffusion pressure deficit, the diffusion pressure, to know about the diffusion pressure deficit, firstly you should know the diffusion pressure of pure water is maximum and its theoretical value is 1245.69 atmospheric at STP at a temperature and a standard pressure. Now, if we take the diffusion pressure deficit, this diffusion pressure deficit, it is also called as a suction pressure. The term diffusion pressure deficit was given by the scientist B.S. Meyer in 1938. Then what is diffusion pressure deficit? Up to 2 to 3 times we have discussed. The difference in between the diffusion pressure of pure water and the solvent in a solution is called as DPD. Nowadays the DPD is also called as water potential. In colloquial language, the term DPD is actually the thrust of a cell with which it absorbs the water from the surrounding medium. Water around the cell wall has more diffusion pressure than the cell sap. That means cell sap, it shows a higher concentration of the solution, and around the cell sap, inside the soil, whatever the water is present, it contains an hypotonic solution. That means there is a presence of more amount of water in that surrounding solution. It is pure. It contains a less minerals compared to the cell cytoplasm. So only water it moves from the soil towards the cell cytoplasm. If we observe the water which moves in the cell by the process of diffusion, diffusion is significant in the plants in absorption of water, minerals as well as the nutrients from the soil. Conduction of water against the gravitational force, it is also takes place. And instead of that, this diffusion is helpful for exchange of gases, as CO2 get diffused from the atmosphere towards the cell of a plant leaf. O2 get diffused from the plant leaf towards the atmosphere. And transport as well as the distribution of a food from their higher concentration towards the lower concentration, as the food material is get transported from the production end towards the sink end, or either from the storage end towards the sink end. It is also takes place due to what? The process of diffusion. Here with the help of a diagrammatic representation, one can observe the water molecules present outside the cell cytoplasm, inside the cell cytoplasm and outside the cell cytoplasm. There is a presence of a plasma membrane. Through this plasma membrane, the movement of water molecule is generally not allowed, because plasma membrane is formed with the help of a lipid bilayer. And in this lipid bilayer, there is a presence of head of the lipid which face towards the cytoplasm and which face towards the outer side of the cell. And towards the outer side of a cell and inside the cell, at both of the end, there is a presence of hydrophobic head of the lipid and tail of the lipid are hydrophilic. That means it do not allow to enter the water directly. For that thing there are presence of water selective pore or aquaporine. Through those aquaporine, the water molecules are started to move from their higher concentration towards the lower concentration. I am talking about the concentration of water. Concentration of water is more in a pure form and it is less in a solvent form. So that is about the process of diffusion. The next one is an osmosis. We'll study the process of osmosis in a next lecture. Thank you.